Welcome to another week of I Hate Fantasy Football.
Welcome to I Hate Fantasy Football. This is our take your own video show. I'm going to be out camping all weekend. I won't have hardly any reception, probably won't check any of the scores or anything else. It's going to be interesting to see how many group text messages I have by the time I get back. Should be fun. I think I'm going to have a quarterback in place. Hopefully I'll be able to fix that before I lose reception. But I envision walloping on Darren all week long. It's going to be another good week for us, and I hope you all have a fun time, because I'm going to be having a fun time.
So you guys are looking for a 30-second video about fantasy. Well, you guys are wondering why I'm doing all these trading. I'm building up for next year. Going to build my team around Dak Prescott, David Johnson, and have a couple of early round picks. But as far as real fantasy, this is what I work on to fulfill my fantasy. I've been building this wall now for about 2 years, so more of the Bob Vila tool time type fantasy. I'm going to be doing grout and mortar today to finish it all up. Yeah, enjoy, guys.
Hello gentlemen, welcome to our Throwback Thursday edition of I Hate Fantasy Football. Anastasia Beaverhausen here with Big Tom from Tom's team.
Absolutely. For this Throwback Thursday edition, we decided to go back into our league's history and take a look at some of the more notable and biggest beatdowns in our league's history.
Right, so we went ahead and put 4 eyes on the data.
We did. And we kind of geeked out on what we found, quite honestly.
We really did. And so we hope you enjoy this trip down memory lane as we throw it back to the 5 biggest beatdowns in our league's history. Starting with number 5, TJ Huzmastrada beats the Red Menace, which was Keitel. This was in week 1 of 2011, and Tom came out ahead by 50 points.
Yep. Which I know what you're saying, 50 points, not notable, but let's be honest, it's my team, so that's pretty big. And 135, you're thinking, gosh, that doesn't seem like a score that I put up very often. Notable. But you'd be surprised that not only does it sound like a big score, it's in fact the biggest score that I've ever had in our league's history, and I did it in the very first week of our league.
Peaking early.
I peaked early, and really it's just been downhill ever since.
Sad but true.
It is.
All right, number 4, go ahead.
The Night's Watch, Keitel beats Doesn't Pay His League Dues.
Wait, what?
That doesn't sound right. Hang on a sec.
That's right. Just a minute.
Beats Clear Eyes Full Heart. That's right. Peter, 152.6 to 64.1. An 88.5 point beatdown, and that occurred in the 2012 season, week 4.
Right. Number 3, the Duchess of Douchecockery, sounds lovely, beats the Dudes Abide, Jeff, with a final score of 204 to about 93, which is a 111 point differential. This was in 2014, week 8, and I believe it's the highest score ever scored in our league's history. Just felt like I should
throw it out there. Remind everyone.
And
as incredible as that is, we still have 2 more to go.
We do.
Number 2, in fact, is the champ, Gus, beating me. Pontius Picks, 176.5 to 62. An incredible 114.5 point beatdown. Yikes. 2015, week 2.
Sorry, Ponch.
Pretty bad.
And finally, our biggest beatdown in our league's history, number 1, it is the Dudes Abide, Jeff, beats Gray Skull He-Man, which was Ryan. This was in week 1 of 2013. Not a good way to start your season. Ryan lost by 115 points. The final score was 193 to about 78. So,
yikes.
Yeah, not good there.
That's an all-timer.
Yeah, for sure.
And as amazing as those beatdowns are, I think that we both feel that we have a potential to add one to the list in the very near future.
I can see it. We have first versus last going this week.
Yep. We have Josh versus Darren, first versus last. The Cleveland Browns, if you will, versus anybody they play. Me versus basically anybody I play.
It's the former league champ versus the, I have to read this one, the self-titled 2-time Intercontinental Champion.
That's right. Now, the league app has it as a 40-point spread going in, so they're already predicting a borderline
a beatdown. Remember, number 5 was 50 points, so
right.
it
could easily get ugly. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, should be interesting.
Yeah.
2 truly interesting matchups happening this week. We have the 2 first place teams in our division versus the 2 second place teams in our division. So we have Wally and Kevin going against each other, and then myself and Gus. So I'm going to start with my matchup with Gus because I find that the most interesting. So Gus and I are both 5-4, so it's a must-win for both of us. And let's face it, Gus is kind of my kryptonite. I don't think I have ever beat him in our league's history. I lose every time my team takes a gigantic dump, and
History's
I
not
lose
on your side.
and swear, and it's not pretty.
No, it's not.
And I'm not off to a great start this week. The Browns suck, and I left points on my bench, which drives me crazy. So right now I'm projected to lose by 3, but it should be interesting because I think whoever wins kind of makes that playoff push.
Yeah, absolutely. The second and last matchup we're going to talk about tonight is Jordan against Kevin. Battle
Wait,
of 2.
which Jordan?
The only Jordan in our league.
Right.
Jordan.
Silly me.
Yeah. 2 first-place teams playing each other. Winner's going to obviously have a 1-game lead in our division going down the home stretch. Jordan's coming in looking good. Kevin's been backpedaling a little bit. Started out strong and, hasn't really been quite the same the last few weeks. So we'll see what happens. But
yeah, so whoever wins that matchup will be first place in our division.
Yes.
And then the loser will share second place with whoever wins the Gus-Lisa matchup.
That's right.
So that's what we're looking at.
Be interesting to see. Hope you guys enjoyed this Throwback Thursday edition of
I Hate Fantasy Football.
I hate fantasy football. Here in Barstow, getting fuel. Just thinking, got my quarterback, so Darren's toast for the week, and the rest of you are toast going forward. Just wanted to let you know there's a whole lot of me, and I'm going to win. So anyway, checking in. Here's another vid for you. Bye.
Hey everyone, the dude here for the Dudes Abide. Well, as you can see, I'm in the desert, and that's where my team is too. It's like we have no path, no future, and no possibility of salvation. I have put more effort into this year than any other year, and yet all I have to show for it is a whole bunch of free agent pickups and a 4-5 record. I'm gonna lose this week because my team sucks, and I'm probably not gonna keep anyone, and so I will start from scratch next year. Such is my life.
All right, guys, I am back from Canada. And Kevin, get ready. The most anticipated matchup of the weekend is not McGregor versus Alvarez at UFC 205 right behind me. It's me and you. And brother, you're going down.
Okay, this video is to shut Darren up. Basically, I hate fantasy football. I hate my team. I'm thankful that Donald Trump is our president. And I just wish that we can all agree to make fantasy football great again. Thank you.
Hey, bitches and Lisa. Thanks for joining me this Friday night to discuss fantasy football. There's only one way to describe it. F fantasy football. And Kev, Black Lives Matter.
I hate fantasy football update. I'm in BFE, Nevada, picking up the in-laws, and it's as barren as Darren and Ryan's teams are. So just thinking about y'all, this is what your team looks like to me. Bye.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for participating. What a truly great episode we just had. Great collaborative effort from each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys sending in the videos. But since this is my show, Well, I know it's mine and Josh's show, but he's on vacation. So since this is my show, I'm going to go ahead and take a few minutes to comment on some of the things that you guys talked about. Let's start with Ryan. Ryan, very well done on your wall, man. I'm very proud of you. You look like you have really tapped into your inner Trump there. Good job on that one, man. Lisa and Tom, loved your little segment there with your top 5 countdown. Very good stuff. Top 5 beatdowns. I'm glad I wasn't part of any of those. But what I really took away from your segment was the fact that Tom has never scored more than 135 points. That is pretty awesome. Like, kind of unbelievable, but awesome. Jeff brought a tear to my eye, man. Just like a country song, your team is a wasteland. But there's always next year. Don't worry about it, buddy. Jordan, you'll always be Jordan, filming on location of some event. Love that. Don't ever stop being you, buddy. Kevin, thank you. I appreciate all of the work that you put into this. After many text messages from me, you finally put something together for us. We appreciate it. But maybe you need to just start focusing on making your team great again. Gus, I think you are the new image of I Hate Fantasy Football. Pretty much with this, exactly what we were going for. Thanks, man. Very well done. Keitel? Thanks. And Josh. Josh, don't underestimate me, buddy. I'm coming after you this week. You saw what I almost did to Lisa last week. Coming after you, man. You better watch out. And, of course, I hope you had a great vacation. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. All right, this is another episode of I Hate Fantasy Football in the books. Thank you, everybody, for contributing. Based on our segments that we saw earlier, I'm not the only one who hates fantasy football. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you next week.
Let's see if I can get this to turn around mid